How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar. I'm here with Andrea Mutti. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much, Omar.
But we're here at New York Comic Con. Where did you fly in from?
I'm Italian, but I flew from Sarasota, West Florida, because I live there. It's an amazing place. No. I'm sorry. It's not good. Stay there. Stay out. It's bad. It's bad, right? It's bad. Too many people now. Too many.
Too many people?
Many. It's gone. It's
As many people as there is in New York Comic Con? Because this place is packed.
Yes, it's bad, but it's in the good way. It's in the good way.
Now, I have seen your name in comics since the 90s. You have done so much work, and that's just here in America. But when was like your first published work overseas?
So thank you for remembering them old, but
I'm also older, not old.
look at this. I was in high school. My first book was an independent publisher in Italy called Intrepido, one of the best at the time. And it was a 8-page horror story. So this is my beginning.
That's
so,
your beginning.
And yes, I was a senior high school.
Senior in high school.
My first paid job, in this field.
Okay, so since you were so young, what was what made you want to become a comic book artist? Were there comics that you were reading as a kid that you were like, oh, this is so cool, this is what I want to do?
Oh, first of all, reading is the first thing. Reading and do your stuff at home again and again and again and reading it again and again. I'm an architect, basically. I do 2 years art school. I think the art schools are good, but not necessary, if you can say. If you work hard a lot at home and you read and to get some comparisons for the artistic way of life that you like, you can do yourself without any school. And now with the technology can help you out very much, especially if you are a realistic artist.
Oh, yeah.
You can see around what you need. You don't need to go on the moon. Look around, the hands.
You can go on the internet and Google images.
Of course, yes. It's very. I remember in art school to do the hand. I was in this position, and for minutes, hours, and my hand was like stick like that.
There was another famous comic book artist that did that. Michelangelo, I think it was his name.
Yes. But I think it's amazing. It's one of the most incredible memory, and it's a good part of this job. I miss this time.
Did you grow up with comics though, like single issues? Okay, so what were some of the comics that you grew up with?
Oh man, for Italy, Tex, Jagger, Ken Parker, Batman, Spider-Man, everything. Punisher. Oh my God, Lord. I'm still a very angry reader. I'm hungry about comics. I love it. It's not like, hey, now I'm comic artist. No. Wow. Every single new artist for me is inspiration. Everybody.
Who would you say were some of your biggest inspirations when it comes to comics?
Because for me, it's still a process. I don't think I am arrived at my point. And every time I see a new artist or new writer, I'm super excited, like a kiddo. And that's why I'm still passionate about my job.
I love that.
Reader. I'm still on the reader. And I'm a storyteller, basically. Not an artist, a storyteller. I want to show how good I am to tell you a story.
And you are. Your panel flows are amazing. I remember. Yeah. So I remember things from the '90s. So what was your first American published comic? And now in the world that even happened back then?
Lord, my super first. I think Iron Man. I think Iron Man Zombie, I guess.
Okay.
And then Executor just after, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a long time ago.
How did that happen?
I were in a show in Italy. I met Cebuski. It's a good guy. And I showed the portfolio. Oh, good. What about this? What about that? I get in touch and it happens.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it took. So tell me about this book you're working on.
Oh, yes. This is one of the latest book from Madcave, guys. It's amazing. I think it's an amazing place. Very creative, very enthusiastic, very full of energy. And this is about very violent story, but there is no supernatural stuff. There is no monster. The real monster is human being. And it's pretty sad because lately you see the world around fighting still. And this is something. The horror stuff. The fear is. You have to be wise in front of fear, right? So it's not about horror or be fearless, but to be wise against fearless. So this is the point of this book. This story is about the human being. They can be really tough with each other, really beyond over violence, human being between human beings. So it's, I think that the most scary part of this book is this detail, not the gory, not the slasher, but why they do that.
Oh yeah, and I think Cullen Bunn is one of my favorite horror art. Like I don't know how he writes so many books. Like I told you, he writes more than I read.
You are crazy, man. I love you.
I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's such a nice guy, and I always tell him, I'm like, when do you sleep? Because you're writing so many books every month. He's got something new. It's crazy, but he is one of my favorite in the horror genre. I love his stuff. So what other works have people seen your art in? What here recently?
You know, it's funny because I restarted to paint my pages during pandemic because I was too serious in standby for pandemic, and I had more time. So I tried to refresh my watercolors. You know what? Dang. And you know what? It's something pretty old-fashioning, but at the same time very modern. Because actually, right now, most of the job is digital and amazing. But you know, sometimes feels like the same. You see?
Yeah.
And these things, maybe it's my guess, it's something old, like far away. Who paint your page now? Nobody. Maybe you are me and two or three guys in the world because it's too long. Maybe it's too.
It takes a long time.
Yes, maybe it's too dirty. But I love the smell of the colors. I love the smell of the paper. And the way we live in Sarasota, there's plenty of artistic places. And for me, it's like a magic kingdom. Stay there and smell to find the good color from the good page is something really makes sense. I stay in the world.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So, this is probably the hardest question to answer. All right, here we go. What's the favorite thing that you've done?
It's not yet arrived.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I remember when I asked Chris Claremont what's the favorite thing he's ever written, he's like, the book I haven't written yet, which is such a good answer because it's like, there's more to come.
I think it's true. I mean, if you still remain really close to your job, your passion too, you can do something better and better every time without maybe, oh, look at this. Surprising. It's this kind of magic. This world is a kind of magic, no matter what.
What, Andrea, thank you so much for your time, brother. It was a pleasure getting to know you and talk to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all.